One rapper went viral for admitting in a song that he was the one who shot Boss Top. Oblak members posted pictures of bodies getting lifted into ambulances dissing, while Chucky Wack M's crew mocked them in the comments. Both sides wear OTF chains. Both have ties to No Limit, and both are trying to pack each other. This is the war between Bloodbath and Oblak. The war between Oblak and Bloodbath is one of the most confusing and dangerous internal beefs to ever come out of Chicago. What started as a quiet tension between two crews with mutual ties has now turned into a full-blown war, complete with bodies, shootouts, and music videos turning into confessions. On paper, the two sides shouldn't even be beefing. They're both connected to No Limit. They both rock OTF chains. They both have ties to Lil Durk. But none of that stopped the violence from erupting, and now the streets are watching every move they make. It started more than a year ago when Boss Top and G Nook, two heavy names from Oblak, were hit in a mass shooting. The case went unsolved until recently when a rapper from Bloodbath, part of Chucky Wack's crew, dropped a song and straight up admitted he was the one who did it. The bar was clear. No subliminals, no metaphors, just raw confession. The track went viral, and just like that, Bloodbath had the spotlight, and Oblak had a reason to respond. But we will get into the rapper who shot them later in the video. Oblak didn't wait. They posted a photo of someone being lifted into an ambulance, captioned, "This why they mad." The meaning was obvious. They had slid back. Around the same time, Chucky's people were writing long paragraphs online, mocking Oblak and clowning them for not hitting their target. One of them said, "We shouldn't have made it out alive." Another said, "Y'all can't shoot." The back and forth turned serious when another body dropped, and this time it was Bloodbath who felt the loss. The crazy part is how close both camps are on paper. Chucky Wack wears an OTF chain. His homies have been seen in videos flexing the same chain that members of Oblak rock. To outsiders, this all looks like one big family, but behind the scenes, it's chaos. The connections to No Limit make it even worse. Bloodbath also move with No Limit, so do the younger members of Oblak. That overlap turned the whole thing into a minefield of backdoor potential. As more lives were lost, the trolling picked up. In an interview, Chucky was asked about the death of King Von. His reaction went viral. He smiled the entire time and called it messed up, but you could tell he was laughing inside.
What celebrity had the biggest impact on you? As King Von. Like, I knew his ass, folks. I was like, damn, in the crib, up, oh, damn, from them grade. And now, yeah, though, big OTF, don't live on, know that.
To fans, it looked like straight-up disrespect. But once the war with Oblak was confirmed, it made sense. This wasn't just fake beef, this was personal. Behind all of it is Lil Durk. He's publicly connected to both sides, and that's where things get complicated. Durk has real love for Von. He said it in interviews. He's shown it in music. But Chucky is also around Durk, connected through mutual friends and industry ties. Durk might not owe Oblak anything directly, but for fans watching, it looks crazy. One side is dropping bodies on the other, and Durk is standing in the middle, repping both. The reality is, Durk probably knows everything. He's always been tapped in with the trenches, even when he's in Beverly Hills. He name drops active street names, responds to diss tracks, and stays engaged with what's happening back home. There's no way he doesn't know about the Oblak versus Bloodbath beef. Whether he chooses to pick a side is a different story. So far, he's stayed neutral, but that silence has its own consequences. Oblak is the face of OTF in the streets. Von came from there for Durk to play both sides. That makes the war even harder to control. And it's not just Durk. No Limit is in the middle too. They're still cool with both Oblak and Bloodbath. They've been seen with Wick on one side, and they've posted up with E-Dog and the younger Oblakians on the other. That's what makes this beef so unpredictable. Any interaction could turn into a setup. The alliances are too close. The ops know each other's routines. It's not a war with blocks on opposite sides of the city. It's a war between people who used to stand next to each other. There was a time when Oblak ran as one unit, back when Von was alive, when Big A was around, and when T-Roy's name was still being screamed on every track. But now, the block is divided. TSG, the younger Oblak members, have their own way of doing things. They don't answer to OGs. They move on impulse, and that's part of why this beef exploded. Bloodbath didn't fear the old heads. They challenged the new ones, and the new ones had something to prove. Bloodbath versus Oblak might be the most dangerous kind of war, a war with no sides, no boundaries, and no separation between friend and enemy. A war built on connections that became betrayals. There are whispers that the beef might trigger bigger problems in the industry. When two street-connected factions with ties to the same label start shedding blood, it reflects badly on the brand. If OTF artists keep affiliating with both sides while real war is going on, That could bring heat from law enforcement or industry execs trying to dodge liability. Durk may be forced to make a move, publicly or behind closed doors. But right now, he's walking a tightrope, especially with him being locked up in the feds. Chucky's IG lives have only made it worse. He taunts Oblak directly. He flashes OTF chains. He mocks Shoebox Baby, calling him a clown.
Shoebox Baby a clown. Know that. Anybody that act like they won't smoke.
Meanwhile, Shoebox Baby responds by hopping on IG Live and calling Chucky broke and calling him soft.
Look, Mike, that shit ain't funny, folks. These niggas, I don't even know how these niggas saying my name on J-Lo. These niggas ain't did shit to nobody, man. Police ass niggas. On the gas. Nigga can't even show me it. Nigga can't even show me $10,000. You know why I try to play with me? I don't know why I try to play with me. I don't know why I try to play with me. Hold on. I don't know why I try to play with me. I don't know why. I don't money, man. I just better stop playing. I don't know how to niggas be on this acting.
Fat man.
On the gas, folks. On the be on this pretending. I don't even be liking the internet on the guy. These niggas been pretending. These niggas just our sons. On J-Lo. Just the Parkway Gardens every day. I never even been over there. They have much things that I shit. Never been over there. Want a nigga to play me? I want a nigga can't even play me. No nigga my age. No nigga. Ain't none of them little boys on my bracket. On J-Lo. Tell them shit I said that. You talking about?
What makes this beef crazy is that Bloodbath and Oblak used to be cool. They used to hang out with each other in Oblak. Oblak members claim Bloodbath came from them, and Ghoulie Gang, now known Bloodbath, got the name from them. Recently, Brandon Buckingham did an Oblak hood tour, and in the video, you can hear subtle disses to Bloodbath. Gleesh and Oblak OG dissed the Bloodbath, making fun of them and saying they're making him mad.
We finna get into acting, you feel me? We finna do a real TV series about Parkway Gardens, starting from the beginning all the way to up to now.
My math can't be mathing. When them niggas talking about bathing, fuck you talking about the tub. You see my eyes, they making me mad. You want some chicken?
Stairs gates. Hey, y'all want some chicken?
Action Savage shoots Boss Top. The situation between Action Savage and Boss Top was more than just a diss song or a misunderstanding. It was a real shooting, and it turned into one of the most talked about internal beefs linked to the Oblak and Bloodbath drama. According to multiple sources in Action Savage's own lyrics, he openly claimed that he shot Boss Top and took his strap. In one of his tracks called Computers, Savage raps, Boss Top front his move, I took his pipe and clapped him, directly referencing the incident where Boss Top was hit. This wasn't just rap talk. Boss Top himself confirmed in an interview that he got shot, explaining he was about to go live on Instagram when he suddenly felt a sharp pain in his back and his arm. The bullet exited through the side of his chest. This wasn't no small graze. Boss Top got laid down in public right near Oblak.
We're talking about how Oblak's so nice, but you got shot right over there, right?
I mean, I just know I was on my Instagram. I was finna go live, and I just felt some shit.
You were about to go live.
Yeah, and I just felt something.
Out on the street, not in the actual complex?
I just felt something, Adam. That's it.
Right.
I just felt something.
Where?
In my back, and then my arm. It came out my side right here, side of my chest.
You had to go to the hospital?
No, I went to the vet. You know I had to go to the damn hospital. I don't want to. We ain't got no bootleg doctors. Hell no, you said you went to the hospital. Boy, you think I went to my grandma's house?
What made this hit more serious was how calculated it seemed. In the same song, Action Savage flexed like it was nothing, dissing Oblak and saying, "Don't get back, we on they ass, come spin on us and crash." That line wasn't just disrespect, It was a straight up dare, and while some fans debated if it was old or new, the streets already knew what it was. This was a message, and it wasn't just aimed at Boss Top, it was aimed at the whole block. Boss Top's name had already been tied to drama with other Bloodbath members before. Streets were whispering that Boss Top and G Nook got caught lacking in a mass shooting where Bloodbath affiliates allegedly spun on them. It's unclear if Action Savage was behind that one too, but the link was being made. In the aftermath, there were debates over who really started the Bloodbath name. Some said Oblak started it first. Others claimed Action Savage and his crew made it popular. According to Savage, they've been using that name way before the Oblak crew tried to adopt it. He even claimed they got it from an old movie, and it was just something the homies said growing up. But once Oblak started putting Bloodbath on everything, Savage and them took it personal. It became a war over identity, over turf, over who really built the image.
He, out the black, he just pointing that at me, type shit. I'm looking at that. He just talking though. So I'm just looking at that. I look up. Yeah, shots got fired, and then, but not from me though. I'm just right there. He got the pipe in my face, and when the gets getting let off, he just looking all crazy. I just like, he ain't on shit. He ain't on shit with that bitch. I grab that like this. He get to trying to move. Now he trying to force, like, put that in my face. I'm moving that back and forth type shit. So now I got the top of that. Now the shots going off type shit. He trying to run. As he trying to run, I grab the bottom of that. He try to run. I snatch that. I'll snatch it. So now as I snatch it, he popped the clip out that. I smack his ass. He try to take off. I point that at him. It ain't nothing in the clip though. He ain't even high one up top. None of that. I took the pipe, but I threw that. Like, I ain't even keep the pipe, bro. I ain't keep the pipe. Then I had got type shit.
Behind all the trolling and rap lyrics was real street tension. The video clips, interviews, and IG lives painted a bigger picture. Boss Top later got on camera confirming the location where he got shot. Said he was outside the Oblak complex near the street when the shots rang out. He didn't name names, but the timing in Savage's lyrics made it obvious. At one point in an interview, a blogger brought up Savage's song again and asked him what happened with Boss Top. Savage didn't deny it. He just said, "The streets know what the streets know," and played it off like Vlad, acting like he didn't want to give free promo, but everyone already knew the details.
I mean, I feel like, people, I guess, this the clout they want, I guess, to get the views. But if he making music and he got stories like that, I think he needs to write urban novels. He needs to just write books. He'll be a good author. He got imagination. Like, that's imagination. And why would you even, like, even if it was 10th true, why would you even say that?
Yeah.
To the world.
That is kind of weird because he could totally get arrested for this.
Why would you say that? That's like,
right?
That's dumb.
Y'all be saying it's the bloggers.
That's dumb, though. No, I get it, but that's, like, I don't even know really not like who that cat is. Like, if that's what he want to chase, I guess, you probably just need to write books, write urban novels or something. You'll be a good author.
So you don't know him at all?
Negative. I don't know who that is. I don't know. He might be one of them dudes sniffing them pills, man. This man up.
That's taking the city by storm, huh?
Yeah, he probably be off that fentanyl.
The shooting itself set off a new wave of diss songs and internet back and forth. Oblak members started calling out Savage in comments. Savage started referring to himself as the youngest big homie, claiming he was checking hats and setting trends. He even mocked Boss Top's reaction, saying he got caught slipping and didn't spin back. It wasn't just personal anymore. It was a full-on campaign to embarrass the Oblak name. As the beef escalated, even smaller things became big. Some argued over who came up with the Bloodbath term. Savage said Oblak just copied it and ran with it because it sounded cool. But in his words, it'd always be deeper than that. That line hinted at old tensions, behind-the-scenes issues that were never really public, but drove the energy behind the diss songs and drills. And the truth is, this wasn't about a name. It was about a line being crossed. Savage didn't just diss Boss Top. He shot him, admitted it in a track, and doubled down online. Boss Top survived, but the hit changed how people looked at him. In a city where you only get one shot to stand tall, getting hit and letting your ops brag about it, that hurts the image. and for a short time, it looked like Action Savage had all the leverage. To this day, Savage and his crew keep the pressure up, and even though Boss Top survived, the diss tracks haven't stopped. Savage still references the shooting in new music and interviews, and fans continue to bring up that bar, "I took his pipe and clapped him." That's the kind of lyric that sticks forever in the drill scene, a bar that becomes legend. The situation between Action Savage and Boss Top is a reminder that drill beefs aren't just about diss tracks or internet clout. These are real situations with real bullets and real consequences. Boss Top got hit, Savage claimed the hit, and as long as they both alive, the tension stays active. More bodies might not have dropped behind that specific hit, but the statement was made. Savage spun, made a song about it, and still stands on it. In Chicago drill, that's as real as it gets. Click one of the boxes on the right or the left to watch a video similar to this one.